If you're thinking about moving to Manteca, California, stop before you Google one more thing, before you call one more agent, and before you start scrolling on Zillow. Just give me 5 minutes. Because most of what you're going to find out online about this city is either too positive or too negative, and almost none of it is written by someone who actually lives here. But I do, and I have since I was born. I'm going to give you the real picture. Hi, I'm Carolyn Cardoza, and I'm a local real estate agent right here in Manteca, and I've been helping buyers and sellers in this area for over 18 years. I was raised here and I've watched this town grow, and I can tell you that Manteca is not the sleepy little town that it used to be. So if you're thinking about making a move here, stay with me. We're going to go through 10 things you really need to know before you pack a single box. Some of it's great and some of it'll take some getting used to, but all of it is true. Well, first things first, where is this place? Manteca is in San Joaquin County in California's Central Valley. And if you're coming from the Bay Area, you're about 76 miles to the east of San Francisco, roughly an hour and a half by car, depending on the traffic. Sacramento is about 55 miles to the north, and Stockton is just up the road, and Modesto is about 15 miles to the south. Manteca sits at the crossroads of Interstate 5 and Highway 99. And that makes it a pretty convenient hub. You can get to a lot of places from here without a long haul. Now, this city covers about 20 square miles. It's not huge, but it doesn't feel tiny either. It's in that in-between zone, big enough to have real amenities, small enough that you can still run into people you know at the grocery store. Number 2 is the weather. And yes, it gets hot here. I'm going to be straight with you about this one because it matters. Manteca has Mediterranean climate, which sounds nice, and it is for about 8 months or so of the year. Winters are mild, spring is beautiful, and fall is genuinely pleasant. From March through May, and again in October and November, the weather's about as good as it gets. But summer is a different conversation. July's high regularly hits 95 plus. Triple digits are not unusual for stretches at a time, and if you're moving here from the coast or the Pacific Northwest, this will be an adjustment. It's a dry heat, which helps, but 100 degrees is still 100 degrees. And most locals just live indoors from about noon to 6 p.m. in July and August. You'll figure it out, but at least you were warned. And number 3, home prices and the cost of living. Now, this is usually the reason people end up looking at Manteca, especially if they're coming from the Bay Area. Now, home prices here are significantly lower than what you'd pay in the Bay Area or even Sacramento. As of early to mid-2026, the median home price in Manteca is in the range of the $580,000 to $662,000, depending on the source and the timing. But for California, it's a different world in San Jose or Walnut Creek. The overall cost of living is about 73% lower than California's state average. It's still higher than the national average of about 36 to 43% above, depending on the index. Housing is the main driver, and what that means in plain English is your dollar stretches further here than almost anywhere in Northern California. You can actually get a single-story home with a yard for a price that makes sense, and for a lot of people, that's the whole point. Then number 4, the city is growing fast. Manteca is one of the fastest growing cities in California right now. The population is somewhere between 90 to 99,000 people, and the city's on track to cross 100,000 people sometime around 2028. But I think it's going to be sooner. And just the past 3 years, Manteca has built over 3,400 new homes. There are currently more than 13,700 additional housing units in various stages of development. New subdivisions are going up on all 4 edges of the city at the same time. And what does that mean for you? Lots of new construction options if that's what you're looking for. It also means growing pains, roads being built, intersections getting crowded, and infrastructure playing catch up. So if you like a city that's on the move, you'll feel right at home. And if you want a slow, quiet town that never changes, this may not be your spot. So if you're doing serious research about moving to Manteca, if you already own a home somewhere else and you're trying to figure out how this move could work financially for you, please reach out to me. You can call, text, or email me, and we can set up a time to talk. No pressure, no pitch, just real information for your real situation. Okay, so let's keep going. Number 5, we have the schools, and I promised you honest, so here it is. Manteca Unified School District has about 25,000 students in grades K through 12. The overall district rankings are middle of the road. It's rated average to slightly below average compared to other California districts. State test data shows about 22% of students are proficient in math and about 37% in reading. Now, with that said, there are real standouts. Sierra High School is one of the top-rated high schools in the area. Manteca High School was named a California Distinguished School for 2025 and 2026, the second time in 3 years it's earned that designation. So it's not a uniform picture across the district. If schools are a major factor in your decision, and for families they often are, do your homework on a specific school and not just the district name. There's a real difference between campuses, and that research is worth the time. Now, number 6, commuting and getting around. Well, let me talk about this honestly. Driving to the Bay Area from Manteca is not a quick or easy commute. If you're heading to the East Bay like Pleasanton or Livermore, you're probably looking at an hour on a good morning, and more when the traffic is stacked up on 580. Now, San Francisco adds more time on top of that. Highway 99 and Interstate 5 are your main routes, and both get congested. A lot of Bay Area commuters underestimate this until they've done it for a few months. Now, here's some good news. The ACE commuter train, the Altamont Corridor Express, is working to extend service to the Manteca downtown station. The current target date is 2026, and that would give commuters a train option to the Bay Area, which is a big deal for this area. It's not actively running to Manteca yet, but you can pick it up in Lathrop right now. Now, for Manteca and the surrounding areas, you're going to need a car to get around. It's not a walkable city, and that's just part of Manteca's charm. Number 7, we have crime and safety. Now, that's something a lot of buyers ask about, and I understand why. But as a real estate agent, I have to be careful with this topic. My job is not to tell you whether an area is good or bad, safe or unsafe. That is something every buyer should research and decide for themselves, based on reliable information. What I can tell you is this. According to Area Vibes, Manteca's overall crime rate is listed as lower than both the national average and the California average. But crime numbers can change, and they can look different depending on the source, the year, and the type of crime being measured. So if safety is important to you, I recommend checking more into that source. Also, look at the Manteca Police Department's crime map. Review current crime statistics, drive the area at different times of the day, and contact the police department directly if you have specific questions. I would rather you make your decision based on real information than rumors, Facebook comments, or someone else's opinion. No city is perfect, and every buyer has a different comfort level. The important thing is to do your own research and choose the area that feels right for you. Now let's talk jobs. Manteca itself is not a major employment center, but it sits in the region that is. San Joaquin County has the second largest distribution and logistics network in the country, and that's not a small thing. There are thousands of jobs in warehousing, transportation, and supply chain work in this area. Agriculture and food processing are also significant employers. Healthcare is growing, and if you're a remote worker, and a lot of people moving to Manteca are, the local job market may not be your main concern. But if you're looking for local employment, logistics and distribution is where a lot of this opportunity is. And the overall business environment in the city is active. Companies are expanding here, and the economic development side of things has been pretty intentional about attracting new businesses. Now, number 9, things to do here. I get this question all the time. Is there anything to do in Manteca? Well, there's more than you think. We have Great Wolf Lodge right here, a full indoor water park with water slides and a wave pool, an arcade, mini golf, and restaurants. So if you have kids or grandkids, they will love you for this. We have Big League Dreams. It's a massive sports complex for baseball and softball. Then the Tidewater Bike Trail is a 7-mile trail for walking, hiking, and biking. Delicato Family Vineyards is just down the road, family-owned with almost a century of history, and free wine tasting. And for shopping, you have the Promenade Shops at Orchard Valley with over 720,000 square feet of retail and dining, Bass Pro, movie theater, fitness center, and plenty more nearby. And here's the thing that people forget. Manteca is a base, not a destination. Yosemite is a few hours away. The Bay Area is close for a day trip. Lake Tahoe is doable for that weekend. And you have access to a lot that actually works really well for a lot of people. Now, the community feel, this is the hardest one to put a number on, but it might be the most important. Manteca still has that small town roots, even though it's growing fast. People are neighborly, and there's a real sense of community. Longtime families have been here for generations, and there's a warmth to that, a feeling that you're a part of something, not just occupying space in a city. The community is diverse. We have local events, school sports, farmers markets. People show up for these things. I grew up here and I raised my family here, and I've watched it change and I've watched what stayed the same. And the things that stayed the same is that the people here actually give a darn about their neighbors. Is it perfect? No, no place is. But if you're looking for somewhere to put down real roots where you can actually afford to buy a home and build a life, Manteca deserves a serious look. So there you have it. 10 things you need to know before moving to Manteca, California. And if you're thinking about moving here, or you already live here, and you're wondering whether it makes sense to buy, sell, downsize, or make a move up, I'd be happy to help you look at the numbers. I'm Carolyn Cardoza, and I believe it's not just about buying a house. It's about making sure the home and the lifestyle actually work for you. You can reach me by calling, texting, or emailing. And if this video has helped you, go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos about living in Manteca. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I do my best to read each and every one. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.